Hey everyone, divorce. It's a word that carries the weight of endings and new beginnings. But sometimes the ending refuses to end. Imagine this, you've gone through the emotionally exhausting process of a divorce only to find yourself locked in another battle, the battle over your former home. What happens when your ex-spouse refuses to sell the matrimonial home despite a court order? Stay with me as I break down this issue in simple, clear terms. How the law works in Singapore, what options you have, and how best to navigate this thorny path without letting bitterness take over. Meet James and Lisa. After years of marriage, they decided to part ways. The court ruled that the HDB flat should be sold and the proceeds split. But Lisa refuses to budge. She claims she's too attached to the home where they raised their kids. She avoids listing the house, ignores property agents, and outright refuses to sign the sale documents. James is frustrated. He has moved on. He wants closure, and he needs his share of the sales proceeds to secure a new home. But without Lisa's cooperation, the sale cannot proceed, and he's stuck in limbo. Sounds familiar? If you or someone you know are in James' position, here's what you need to understand. In Singapore, the division of matrimonial assets, including the home, is part of divorce proceedings. When a couple cannot agree on what to do with their home, the court steps in to make a decision. Typically, there are two main possibilities. One spouse buys out the other's share. If one spouse wishes to retain the home and has the financial means to do so, they can apply to take over full ownership and compensate the other spouse for their share. Alternatively, the property can be sold and the sales proceeds divided. If neither spouse is willing or able to take over full ownership, the court may order the home to be sold and the sales proceeds split according to a determined percentage. The court's decision is influenced by factors such as each party's financial contributions to the home, whether there are children involved who need stable housing, the financial needs and earning potential of both spouses post-divorce, and any other relevant circumstances such as agreements made during the marriage. But what happens when one party refuses to comply with a court order? Legally, a court order is binding, meaning it must be followed. Failure to do so has consequences, but enforcing compliance requires taking legal action. If your ex-spouse refuses to cooperate, there are three primary legal routes. Number one, enforcing the Registrar's Empowerment Clause. If your court order contains a Registrar's Empowerment Clause, you can apply to the Family Justice Court to have the registrar sign the necessary sale documents on behalf of your ex-spouse. This effectively removes the ability to obstruct the sale and ensures the process moves forward. However, the order must still be valid. If it specifies a time frame for sale and that period has passed, you may need to apply for an extension before proceeding. You will have to obtain a certified true copy of the court order containing the Registrar's Empowerment Clause. Prepare the original sale documents that require signatures. File an application with the Family Justice Courts to have the registrar sign on your ex-spouse's behalf. If applicable, provide evidence of your ex-spouse's refusal to sign, such as text messages or emails. This method is one of the fastest and most effective ways to enforce compliance, but it depends on whether your divorce order already includes this clause. The next option is mediation. Sometimes resistance isn't just about legal matters. It's about emotions, fears, and unresolved grievances. Mediation allows both parties to sit down with a neutral third-party mediator and discuss their concerns in a structured, calm environment. The goal is to find a mutually agreeable solution, such as adjusting the sale timeline, agreeing on specific conditions, or even negotiating a buyout arrangement. Mediation is less expensive, less adversarial, and less stressful than court proceedings. If successful, the agreed terms can be formalized into a legally binding mediation agreement, ensuring both parties comply. The final option, contempt of court proceedings. If all else fails, you can initiate committal proceedings, which involves taking your ex-spouse to court for disobeying a legal order. Under Section 4, subsection 1A of the Administration of Justice Protection Act, a person who deliberately disobeys a court order can be found in contempt of court. The penalties are severe, fines of up to $20,000 and or imprisonment of up to 12 months. The process involves serving your ex-spouse with a copy of the court order endorsed with a penal notice. File an application for permission to apply for a committal order. Provide an affidavit with evidence of their deliberate non-compliance. If the court grants permission, a summons will be issued for the contempt hearing. If found guilty, your ex-spouse could face fines or even jail time. This is a serious step and should only be used as a last resort. The process can take weeks to months, and an aggressive legal battle could further strain relations, particularly if children are involved. At this point, you might be asking, should I fight or should I let go? There's a well-known phrase, clinging leads to suffering. Whether it's your ex-spouse clinging to the home out of nostalgia or you holding on to resentment, the outcome is the same. Prolonged pain. Yes, justice matters, but so does peace of mind. Before jumping into a legal battle, ask yourself, is there room for compromise? Would mediation bring a quicker, less stressful solution? What is the true cost, not just financially, but emotionally, of prolonging this fight? Sometimes when we let go of the things we desperately hold on to, we find a new beginning. Perhaps for you, that means moving forward, focusing on building something new rather than being caught in the past. Divorce is never easy, but knowing your legal rights can help you navigate challenges like these with confidence. Thanks for joining me in today's discussion, and always remember, sometimes the greatest peace comes not from winning a battle, but from knowing when to step forward and leave the past behind. See you in the next video.